Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here with a review of the Leatherman FREE K4. And before I get into the review, I just want to give a little background on this knife, for me at least. And so before I bought this knife, I saw some YouTube videos, some reviews by some really great channels, and I just wasn't entirely impressed with them. And so I went with my gut feeling. And I ended up purchasing the knife anyway. And I have been absolutely really surprised with how much I love this blade. And so stick around to the end of the video. I'll explain exactly why those other channels, at least in my opinion, are wrong. And so the K4, it retails about maybe 90 to $100 depending on where you get it. It comes in at 5.5 ounces. Its close length is 4.5 inches. The blade length is 3.3 inches. The blade is 420 HC stainless steel. The width is 1.3 inches. And Leatherman, for the most part, at least the K4, it's made in the USA. It's got one-handed, at least the K4 has one-handed operable features, meaning basically everything in here, the knife and the multi-tools, can be opened with one hand. And all of them do have a locking feature on it. And so whether it's the knife or the extra tools, they all lock into place, allowing you to use them a lot easier. And so uh, the we'll get into the knife in just a second, but I just want to briefly touch on the tools. We've got pretty much 9 tools on this thing. Obviously, it's got the 420 HC knife. It's got some spring action scissors. Let me pop open the scissors. Kind of tough to do behind the camera, but the scissors are actually really good scissors. They've cut pretty much whatever I've put in front of them, and this spring action makes cutting a lot easier. What else do we have in here? We've got our pry tool, also a slotted screwdriver. Now I do have to say it's kind of a narrow, kind of a stubby screwdriver, and the reason they do that is because they've edged out the side of this so it could be a package opener, so you can kind of save your blade when you're cutting through cardboard, when you're cutting through tape and that sort of thing, in case you run into a staple or something. Another aspect of this is the awl. If you want to, where is it? It should be the second one. If you want to sew leather, it's also got a smaller slotted screwdriver right there. And the last tools are the Phillips screwdriver right there. Now I do have to say that it is a half a screwdriver. It's not, it's kind of on the thin side. Still gets the job done. Still gets the job done. You just have to understand that this is kind of a last resort screwdriver. But I've used it. Works great for me. It also has a bottle opener. And so this is where we get into the major differences with those videos. The A lot of the videos I saw, they kept on saying how, this just doesn't compare as far as a multi-tool. Where are the pliers? I'd rather have the pliers. And for reference purposes, here's a common multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Wave Plus. I use it all the time. It's got those pliers they're looking for. It's a great tool. I mean, I obviously recommend it, but this is a multi-tool with a knife on it. And I think where everybody makes the mistake is they're seeing the K4 as a multi-tool with a knife, and it's not a multi-tool with a knife. This is a multi-tool with a knife on it. The K4 is a knife with extra tools on it. All right, and that's the major difference. You can't compare this beefy knife. I mean, this feels great in your hand. It's got it really sits well. It's a pretty beefy blade. You could see yourself stabbing something with it, if needed to. It's got a great lock on it. It feels sturdy in your hand. This other one, you wouldn't use it for that. And as far as EDC goes, obviously, um, my videos will predominantly, I mean, it'll help everybody, but I think this video in particular will resonate more with the EDC crowd. And so a lot of the EDC, at least before the pandemic, was all about self-protection, personal protection, and that sort of thing. And so you always carried a pocket knife just in case you needed to use it. And so this is, you can't compare this little knife with this type of locking mechanism in terms of maybe a self-defense tool or something, compared to this other. Put that one over there. Compared to this other, the K4, it's just way superior in terms of a knife. And so we should see this not as a multi-tool with a knife, but a knife with extra tools on it. Okay, and so I have I have the smart knife, the true smart knife. It's got some tools on it, some wire stripper. It's got some hex, so you can basically a wrench. It's got a bottle opener. It's got a driver. You can put this attachment up here, and it becomes basically a screwdriver for you. And it also has the knife. So this is also a knife with extra tools on it. Predominantly it's a knife, but you can't compare this blade, this really thin, this retails for maybe about 30 bucks. You can't compare this one with the K4. The K4 is just way superior, way more superior. I mean, than those other ones. And so the way the reviews were going, they kept on saying how, for the price, this should be less. It's a great knife. And it just comes with some extra stuff. And so if we're talking about knives in general, most guys, I mean, we sometimes spend over $100 on just the blade by itself. This is, if you're only going to take one tool. Most EDC people, at least traditionally, the EDC crowd, if you only had one thing to take, it would be your pocket knife, and that's what we always carry. That's what your grandpa, your dad carried. They always had a pocket knife on them. And so the traditional EDC, you would carry your pocket knife. And so when I saw it, it dawned on me really fast of how I was looking for a knife that had extra stuff on it that I could use. And I got to tell you, I use this thing a lot. Does it come with pliers? No, but that's why I have the my multi-tool, my Leatherman. And so I carry both. But if I only have one, depending on the situation, of course, this serves as a self-defense tool as well. So I highly recommend it. If you can get yourself one, you won't regret it. Um, hopefully you enjoyed my video. Please like and subscribe. It'll really help my channel out. Really appreciate it. You guys stay safe out there.